Hello, everyone. My name is Jason Wilson, alongside my guest this evening, the Secretary of Dean News Network, DNN, one of the head editors of the Dean Daily, host of Liberty Politics, Dean Daily Recap, former host of the Twin Sons, host of the Fumble Rooski podcast, my co-host for Comic Book Corner, CJ Medeiros. CJ, how you doing today?
Well, it's just another day, but I'll tell you what, man. I'm happy to be here. I really am. It's great, you know. Just love DNN.
Well, everyone, this is a student spotlight, so CJ, this wouldn't be an interview without questions. So let's get the obvious out the way. CJ, why Dean and why your major?
So as far as why Dean goes, you know, there's a bit of a lore reason, as it were. And the thing was, back in the day, this was like the summer for my junior year in high school, when I was a children, some would say, I went to a sports broadcasting summer camp at Dean, and there I actually met quite a few people that go here, most notably DNN president Brett Schaubs, you know, back in the day. We've known each other for a bit, he'll tell you. And I love the campus. I just like the town of Franklin, you know, just a very small, like, very like low-key area. And I just said, yeah, absolutely, this is where I could see myself being. And funny story, you know, how Dean College does its Discover Dean Days, as it were. They did a Patriots ticket raffle that I happened to win when I was there. And it's like, well, if that ain't fate, I don't know what is. And as far as like why my major, I originally started out as sports broadcasting. I switched to comm. It's just, I don't know. I feel like comm spoke to me more because I wanted to keep my options open. And I always love sports. I like the more journalism aspect of it too. You know, like actually like reporting and like being in studio and stuff. Nothing against calling the games, but also it's more than just sports for me because, you know, politics, movies, stuff like that. You know, you can like report on darn near anything. So that's kind of what drew me to it, I think.
You know, a lot of people are on sort of like the same path as you. They start off as sports broadcasting here and then move on to communications, and it's not the wrong decision whatsoever because you find your calling in your own way, especially here at Dean. You've done a lot here at Dean, especially at DNN and the Dean Daily, as well as your own podcast. What drove you forward towards your goals and always hope to do things like this so when you did find your spark?
Well, this is going to sound crazy, but I found my spark in the high school, which for any of you watching who know me, well, I didn't exactly have a great high school experience, but I knew I just kind of wanted to do something in that field because, you know, I met a teacher that liked me, you know, took me under his wing, and I learned some more about that. And I also wanted to do a podcast, and I see these guys out there that are doing it, and you just say, hey, why not me? You know, that's kind of the mentality that I like to attack it with, and it allowed me to, who by the way was always like very reserved and I didn't like to talk to people in high school. Like I went to Dean and I saw there were things like the Dean Daily where, you know, I could write. And I saw things like right here at Dean News Network that I cared about. You know, you can go make videos and stuff. That's awesome. Like you know, you've seen our stuff, you know, with Comic Book Corner. That's great. Great editing, by the way. Jason does all our editing because I'm inept. But, you know, that's a lore reason for another day. And when it comes to Fumble Rooski podcast, the former DNN secretary is, you know, Adam Wright, great friend of mine. He, you know, invited me on and said, I like what you got. And, well, we're closing on 10K, so can't complain. That's kind of like what keeps me going, you know?
Well, congratulations on coming close to 10,000. I know it's one of your many passion projects that has come out of Dean. But keeping on the subject of Dean Daily, you are on the e-board for along a bunch of others, and you're on your way out. What are your thoughts on the future of the Dean Daily and with what you've done?
So as the vice president of the Dean Daily, alongside my good friend and president, Dylan Hicks, you had him on earlier. He's a great individual. So with that, I'm just really happy with how this has turned out because going into my junior year, we had a bunch of people graduate and not much was left, but we were able to rebuild it from the ground up, and I can safely say and happily say that as it sits right now, at the time of this recording, something could change in the future, so don't sue me, it's now the most followed club on campus. We have like 640 some odd followers, and I'm just happy to see like more people. We got more people there because it used to be, we just wrote about sports and that was it. And you know, sports are fine. We all love sports, be it Dean, be it otherwise. But we wanted to build something more. And we have people that are doing more political articles, like myself and Dylan. We have people that do entertainment pieces here, just have pieces that are straight up campus news. And that's really what I liked at the Dean Daily. And we've got like a new e-board coming soon, and we're going to train them. Like, we're going to drop the announcement soon at the club. But yeah, that's basically. I can't say who, obviously, but let's just say we're really excited for him.
All right, CJ. Now, rolling back to where we are right now. Why DNN? You start off as AON, moved on to secretary, and have done a lot in your position. Why DNN, and what sort of impact have you felt you've had on the club?
So, a little bit of a background here. When I was at Discover Dean Day, I saw the original DNN e-board of like Dylan Thomas, Addison Graham, Mary Chetty, and Emily Wallace. I just said, hey, those people look like they're having fun, and I read about it, I see their presentation, and I just said, this is really nice. And so I went there because I know there's like a lot of creative freedom. And, like I said, we do a segment Comic Book Corner. Dylan Hicks and I co-host for Liberty Politics. We do that. I used to have a Star Wars show with my friend Adam Wright. And that's just kind of what drew me there. And as far as running for e-board, I originally didn't want to, if you can believe it. I said, oh, no, that looks like way too much work. But Adam actually talked me into it, and I'm just glad I did, because it's been nicely making an impact to the club. And for those who don't know, I, as secretary, was able to edit the club constitution to basically streamline our election process. It used to be they were here, there, and everywhere, but now it's streamlined. I mean, you were there, you sat in on those meetings, so you know like what it took. And that's just, it sounds like a lot of work, but it's really not. It's worth it. It's worth every second.
Now, CJ, you've done so much, especially at secretary. You've really put all your all in. And we really do appreciate you here on DNN. And now the question is, what is your plan for the futures? Do you have any jobs sort of lined up over the summer, or what are your plans?
I want to keep things open because, as a fresh college graduate, you can't really be too picky. And I don't know. I got turned down from a few places, that boo. But it is what it is. You just got to learn to deal with that kind of stuff. And right now, I don't know. I want to keep putting more time into Fumblerooski because once you get around 10K, it's about the time where we can hopefully make money off it. I mean, not a lot. I mean, but it's just like a fun little side hustle, But right now, I don't know. I mean, with all due respect to the region, I might want to get out of New England more, somewhere where it's a little more, livable. But maybe somewhere like Midwest. I'm just gonna go wherever the jobs are. That's just kind of how it is. I'm already looking right now, but nothing super specific right now. Just want to get out of senior year with my head on right.
Sounds like a really good plan. And lastly, CJ, is there anything you want to tell anyone for some words of advice for incoming students / viewers?
Yeah, there is. College can be great. It's a fresh start, And I told you, I'm a very different person now than I was. Now there's just, I have a friend group, many of whom are behind camera right now. I just want to say I appreciate you guys. College can open so many doors for you, and what you did in high school doesn't mean anything. That doesn't have to define you. Nothing you did in the past can define you. College is a blank slate, and I told you about my mentality about the why not me. I would encourage everybody to have that. Do it. Just go out there, do it. Get involved. Try out for that sports team. Put your all into that project. Go to that party. Ask that girl out. Run for that e-board. You can do it, because I did not think I would be here. I'm on 2 e-boards. I just know some great people, the best friend group I've ever had right now. And I owe it all to Dean, but you have to go out and you have to work for it. So just attack the day and just wake up and say, why not me?
Well, that was a fantastic answer, CJ. And I mean, it's been a pleasure being friends with you here. And I could not believe I met you last year. And you've had a lasting impact on myself and a lot of others on campus. And everyone, that about does it for this episode of Student Spotlight. For some more spotlights, visit the Student Spotlight playlist on YouTube. And for more CJ and former DNN Secretary Adam Wright, visit the Fumblerooski podcast in the link down below. I'm Jason Wilson alongside my guest CJ Medeiros saying thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Student Spotlight.